Awesome. Welcome to the Ravenswood City School District's regular board meeting of September 25th, 2025. The meeting is called to order at 6:02 p.m. We'll start with roll call. Trustee Bloom. Here. Trustee Latu. Trustee Shibomi. Here. And I myself, Laura Nunez, am present. So we do have quorum. We will now move on to item number 2, which is the approval of the agenda. Do we have any questions or comments about it? The chair, do we need to pull for me?
Oh, we did. Through the chair, I have some. Okay, so can we move item? Oh, sorry, this is yours.
Oh, no, that was just my one. Didn't know if we put it off. Yeah.
Through the chair, can we move item 4A to after?
But we can vote on.
We can vote.
We can vote on 4A.
Yeah.
We cannot vote on 4B.
Can we, I move to move item 4B to after item number.
I said myself with both absent then. So you know that there's 3 of us in for that one, for B, I'm talking about A. So we have to just pull it. No, just wait.
Can I propose that we move
Yes.
item number 4, the whole consent agenda, to the end of the meeting?
Yes.
Sure.
With,
Perfect.
yeah, and then I think she still needs to pull item 4A so that we vote.
Not yet. We don't know you.
Okay, so if we move the consent agenda all the way to the bottom, do we not need to pull those items for a separate vote
Still
during
pull
this approval? Okay. No, because
I guess no, we have to pull it.
Yes,
we have to pull A and B.
yes, we have to pull A and B.
Because certain people have to vote.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes. So
You're right.
So I move to move item 4, the consent agenda, to after item 6, superintendent's report, with item 4A and 4B pulled.
Do I have a second? So after the superintendent's report. All right, all in favor?
I
All opposed? Motion passes 4-0.
And now I will make a motion to approve the agenda.
1 second. Do I have, sorry, all in favor?
I move to move that consent item, and now I'm moving to approve the agenda.
Okay. And I said. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? 4-0. Now we will move on to from the floor, which is item number 3. So do we have any members of the public who would like to address anything that is not agendized? And if so, this is the time to.
Through the chair, I do have one speaker card, no agenda items. I'm assuming it's for Danya. And will you put the time on the timer, Mr. Ewing? Would you mind being the timer? Thank you. So your timer will be there until you get 2 minutes. Oh, thank you. Thank you, procedure. Mr. Hill. Okay, there we go.
Hey, good evening. My name is Danya Uni, and I serve as the Executive Director of District Business Services at San Mateo County Office of Education. I'm here to express SMCOE's sincere appreciation to your administrative and support staff for their work to implement the countywide financial system known as Frontline CAERP. So we've been working on this project since March of 2024, and it's been a huge endeavor countywide. And we know that your staff already have very demanding full-time jobs, so the work required to implement the system was on top of their regular work. This was a massive undertaking, and we believe it was successful because we haven't received any complaints about your payroll being wrong. So we take it as a good sign. And that was our top priority, making sure that the employees are paid accurately. SMCOE paid for the implementation costs of about $5.6 million, which included paying for the license fees for the 2 systems, consultation fees, as well as the overtime for our staff to support Ravenswood and the other districts in the county. But really, money was not the factor behind the success. It is all your team's work. So we specifically want to thank the following individuals. Austin Batson, Assistant Director, Human Resources. Jesse Aladimirak, Director of Finance. Joan O'Neill, Executive Director, Human Resources. Margaret Thompson, Business Analyst. And Bill Egger, Assistant Superintendent, Finance and Operations. The Ravenswood team was wonderful to work with, and we had some challenging days and some Saturday calls, but the team just kept going and marched on. So we are now past the implementation phase onto the continuous improvement phase, and we hope the district will find the new system a useful tool for paying your employees correctly, as well as managing your finances and just generally accounting for all the resources Ravenswood community provides. Thank you.
Are there any other speakers?
No, there are not.
Okay. With that, we will move on to item number 5, which is our board reports and communications.
Through the chair. So we had a facilities subcommittee meeting last week, and I was able to attend. And we talked about the different construction that is happening across the district and our very hopeful, exciting news of finishing both Bellhaven and Los Robles, the majority of things that will be finished by the end of this calendar year. So we are looking forward to those completions. And there is a lot of stuff that is happening, and we are also talking about the bond survey and getting a group together to think about that. Just thinking about increasing our footprint as we add more students and thinking about how we can make Castaño even better with if we were to do that. So those are some of the things that we talked about in our facilities meeting. And there's also parent-teacher conferences that are happening across the district for goal setting, and I was able to attend mine today for both kids. So it was great to see the kids in their classrooms and just also talk to their teachers, and looking forward to all the fun things that they get to do this year. So thank you.
Through the chair, we had a scheduled 2x2 meeting, the Ravenswood City School District with the city of East Palo Alto. But it was last minute canceled. Given the recent incident at TPS this week, that'll be something that we'll have a discussion with the city going forward. Also, I want to commend our superintendent as well as our staff for the quick response to the incident that happened this week, and our district continues to thrive to promote a safe community within all of our given school sites. Also, there's 2 events happening within our community. On the 26th is not the 26th, on the 20th is the 26th annual Latin American celebration. That's being hosted by Aspire. It's going to be at 1286 Runnymede, as well as another event on October 4th. Supervisor David Canepa is hosting a hike to combat loneliness, and it'll happen at Sawyer Camp Trail. That's it.
We also have items 5A, which is the first reading of the board policy, and action if possible, which is a recognition of religious beliefs and customs.
Yes, so there are 3 board policies and administrative regulations here. And reviewing our board policies, we had 3 that are that need to be updated and approved by the board. And so you have board policy 6141.2, which is recognition of religious beliefs and customs. And this outlines how the district accommodates diverse religious beliefs while maintaining neutrality. And this also added how families have the opportunity to opt out of specific curriculum if it's not aligned to their religious beliefs. And then, should I go through all of them really quickly? And then you have 6142.1, which is sexual health and HIV/AIDS prevention instruction. We partner with Health Connected for this instruction. and it establishes requirements of comprehensive sexual health education and HIV prevention. This, one of the main reasons why all three of these board policies and ARs are on this is because we wanted to emphasize the general opt-out option form that's also included in each of these. And families do need to be notified, I believe, 2 weeks before this presentation of the curriculum of this content. Families also have a right to opt out of this instruction. The Health Connected presentation, I believe, is at the end of October, beginning of November, and there is a family parent orientation meeting around this content at the end of October. October 20th, I believe, is the date. 6142.8 is a comprehensive health education. And this is just in broader general terms around health curriculum, wellness, physical, emotional well-being, and what have you. And this is often also the surveys that we put around mental health, the Healthy Kids survey, and also the RCAD survey that will be going out would also fall under this. And then families also have the choice to opt out if they do not want their child to participate in this survey. We never had a general opt-out form before, but we thought it would be appropriate to have this on hand. And so we would place the opt-out form on the website for families to access. They can also directly communicate with their classroom teacher, site leader, or district office personnel. Any questions?
So I will entertain a motion for item 5A.
Chair, I move to approve item 5A.
So I have a second.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes 4-0. I'll entertain a motion for 5B.
The chair, I'm motion to.
We have a second.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes 4-0.
Oh, I abstain.
Sorry, abstentions.
Yeah, I
Aye.
abstain.
So 3-0-1. I entertain a motion for item 5C.
I'll make the motion to approve item 5C.
So I have a second.
A second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Thank you all for that. The motion passes 4-0. Awesome. We'll move on to item number 6, which is the superintendent's report.
Yes. As always, I would like to present an update on our 3 priorities. Languages and literacy, attendance, and talent. And again, just to keep your eye on the prize, is at the end of the 25-26 school year, we have key specific goals and platform for each of our main priorities. And we are measuring these outcomes, or we're progress monitoring to anticipate reaching these outcomes. And we have specific strategies that we're doing along the way, but this is helping us make sure that we maintain a clear focus on the work that we're doing in the classrooms and the supports that we're providing staff and site teams. So for our language and literacy, 3 things I would like to highlight is that right now we have started to administer on slide 6 end of unit assessments after each of our units in our CKLA curriculum. And the end of this month is the first time that we are administering the unit assessments. And so this is new for everybody. And there's been a lot of work also from our director of teaching and learning, who's ensuring that the assessment is valid and meaningful and assesses the skills that are needed to ensure that students are mastering the standards. So a lot of work behind, and then a lot of adaptations and getting accustomed to administering the assessment, and then work around grading it all and then submitting it into a system where everyone can see the data to analyze how students are doing. So hats off for teaching and learning, and hats off to the school teams working through this process. We've also, the teaching and learning team has created a year at a glance, and I know we have a couple parents on the board here. Hopefully you have your hand on the year at a glance so that you can become aware of what is expected of your children across the entire year for English language arts and foundational literacy. What's also helpful in this year at a glance is conference questions that families can prepare themselves with to learn more about how their children are doing, as well as the different type of assessments and when those assessments are being administered. In addition to what the skills should be acquired at each, across the year, each month. So I'm very pleased to have this work. And the photo that you see there is a training led by our Director of Strategy and Academic Operations, Gabe Anguiano. So that's Joyce Shen, and then Gabe Anguiano, our Family and Community Engagement Coordinator, who worked with Innovate Public Schools to host a training on how to utilize the family-facing Year at a Glance guide. And we also got a lot of input before we published it from these family members. And then we held goal setting meetings, and I know Trustee Bloom has already mentioned, and Trustee Nunes, who probably already participated, where we are asking families to join us in partnership to set grade level goals for each of their children, build stronger connections, and be able to launch the year successfully with a clear plan on how to support their children. And then around attendance, there is success in the sense that majority of our grade levels last week were at above 94% ADA, and we averaged at 93.6%. We ended the year last year at 91%. So we're holding on to the goal of reaching 96% ADA. But there's still a lot of work to just analyze whether or not our practices currently at the sites are working, just at the tier 1 level. And the good thing is there's a lot of incentives, a lot of feel-good things happening at our schools. So we're just exploring how sites are currently addressing students who are between like 10 to 22 absences. Remember, 18 absences in the year is chronically absent. So we really want to catch those students before we are at that point. And then, as I mentioned about those surveys that sometimes go out to families to learn more about the mental well-being of students, we are going to send out the Ravenswood Wellness in partnership with the Ravenswood Wellness Partnership is the revised child anxiety and depression scale survey that's going to go out. And that's only about 10 to 15 minutes. Parents do have the option to opt out, but this will inform us of what type of tier support students will need. And we hope to be able to address the needs of the students so that they feel comfortable coming to school and successful, which will improve attendance. And then our third priority is around talent. And this past week, our teachers partnered with CORE from Learning, Mandy Murray from CORE Learning to plan upcoming units. We also had site leaders and the teaching and learning team internalize lessons as well and refine strong vocabulary instruction. We are getting feedback about how we can make the time with our site leaders and CORE more meaningful, especially as it addresses middle school needs. And then also our grade level teams are collaborating, and there are teams that are meeting regularly about 4 times a week to just strengthen and build upon individual growth by putting collective heads together. And there's always room for improvement to ensure those grade level teams are using time effectively. And then there's a quick shout out. We have Ali Kujiroka, who's a special education teacher at Castaño School. And she recently presented at Alder's 15 years of Alder GSC donor thank you dinner. She is a alum there, and she shared a powerful story about building trusting relationships with students. But just to inform the board here, remind you that we partner with Alder to improve our teacher pipeline and increase the number of high quality candidates that consider Ravenswood. So congratulations to Ali and all the work that she's doing and being recognized as a value member, not only to her alum, but also to Ravenswood and representing Ravenswood. And then I also like to shout out our Assistant Superintendent, Dr. William Eager, for his work that he's been doing in championing the efforts to bring high quality facilities and improving our facilities across the board, not just our classrooms, but last Saturday, we had the opportunity to join forces with a community-wide effort in partnership with the NFL, along with the city of East Palo Alto, the Bay Area Host Committee, to bring together about $4 million to be able to complete the Los Robles Ronald McNair Academy field. We already have the design in place, and they broke ground. They broke ground, and our goal is to get this done before the Super Bowl. But you notice also that we have our board president who was able to be there, Sarado Sam, and Commissioner Roger Goodell as well. So it was great to see our kiddos out there from our flag football team. We also had a former board member and council member, Larry Moody, who was an advocate for us that day as well. Then continually bringing support to Ravenswood, and Representative Mullen and Executive Director Michael Callaghy from the county. There's a lot of support rallying around the work that we're doing and improving our facilities. So we also had our elected official representation from Senator Becker's office and Diane Evans. Thank you. Thank you, Will.
Any questions or comments?
Will, I'll get you another jersey for your next little one.
I have a question. Awesome. We are now moving back, or for the record, trustee Tavera, right, at 6:15. We have moved the agenda, so now we're going back to item number 4, which is our consent agenda. We pulled items 4A and 4B. So for item 4A, I will entertain a motion to approve item 4A.
I'll entertain a motion to approve item 4A.
I'll second. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passed. Third. All opposed?
They
And no, they can't even either. No, I know, but we can't vote at all, so just 3-0, right?
Yeah.
Can I run this motion, or does Sam have to run the motion? Because I was absent that meeting.
For 4B,
4B,
you're looking for a motion.
but I can run the vote.
You
That's
can't.
okay.
vote.
I can't vote, but I can run the votes.
Yes.
Okay. So I will entertain a motion for item 4B.
I'll make a motion to approve item 4B.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes 3-0. Okay. Now I'll entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda.
I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes 5-0. Whew. We're finally done with July. All right, with that, we will now move on to closed session. Do we have any members of the public who would like to address anything that is agendized for closed session?
To the chair.
So since we see none, we will adjourn to closed session at 6:25 p.m. Welcome back. We will reconvene open session at 7:11 PM. The report of action in closed session is we discussed some items, but no action was taken. And so now we will skip item number 10 because everyone was here today. And then our next regular board meeting will be on October 9th, 2025 at 6 PM. And with that, our regular board meeting of September 25th, 2025 is adjourned at 7:11 PM.